We're going to move things swiftly along. We are now on our pitch 8. This is the software-defined workflows for interoperable movie and TV production, brought to you by the wonderful, wonderful Raymond Drury from Movie Labs. Raymond, you can take my arm, please. You're good.
Cedric is on his way.
Okay, you're going to be the clicker. Official. Thank you.
Cedric does everything that requires any physical
Excellent.
skill at all.
So we're right here, Cedric, with this white button and pointing toward this thing.
Right.
Great. One more round of applause for Movie Labs. Thank you very much.
I'm going to donate the first 15 seconds or so to the Accelerator project in general. Movie Labs was in the very first one in 2020. We did a project on archival storage of computer graphics. That Accelerator firmed up some of our assumptions in our research projects and gave us some new ideas, which are now some of the very basic material that's turning into what we're going to talk to you about today. So accelerators can build on things and then come back 5 years later to haunt you again. I don't know. So for the name, Movie Labs, we don't just do movies, we do television, ads, that kind of thing. Any content, any audiovisual content, that's fine. And the main thing we try to do with this project is break down the silos. In almost all media workflows now, there are 3 common problems. One of them is, where's my stuff? The other one is, what is that stuff? Right? And the third one is knowing how to respond to, I don't know. So anyway, this project is about breaking down those barriers and answering those existential questions.
And the project we're bringing is actually a use case that is very difficult, and those of you who have been through that, planning a reshoot is actually a complete nightmare. You have to find the people, you have to find the equipment, you have to find the place, and gather a lot of data that is actually shared in emails, documents. It's a real challenge. There's already been a POC that was shown at the IBC last year, and this was driven by members of the industry forum, the Movie Labs Industry Forum. And the goal is actually so you have different data that is stored into different tools. And what we want to achieve is actually to connect the data while preserving the whole security access, confidentiality, and all the right management you need. So we had Avid, Adobe, we had Console, Yamdu. So really what we want to achieve with this new step is actually broaden the range of tools that we can connect and make the model stronger.
So one of the things we do to break down these problems is we have a few key components. One of them is common data models. Everybody should talk about things the same way. I dare you to go into a room full of production and post-production people and ask them what take means. Shared storage is important. You can call it the cloud or whatever you want to call it, but shared storage so you can get the same, know you're getting the same thing and not a modified copy or whatever. Shared metadata. Metadata is as important as the assets in modern media workflows. If you get it wrong, who knows what's going to happen to you later. And the last technical pillar is zero trust security. Security matters a lot. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody should talk about it, and everybody should actually do it. And this entire project, we want to be led by vendors with their products or with their research teams. We want, people are putting this kind of thing into products. We want to accelerate that, as it were.
Yeah, so the real innovation in here is to bring the production into knowledge graph. This is something that we have in the digital world and is something that is very interesting to connect people, data, tools, storage together, because we have a lot of data that is only accessible through human connection, a lot of SMS, WhatsApp, emails. So all of that actually should be readable at some point. And so we can make that information browsable, actionable. And something very important, obviously we have talked a lot about AI. If you want to enable AI in your workflow, you need some structured data. And right now, I mean, it's a real challenge to find that information that sits somewhere in an email, in an SMS. So it's an opportunity to actually put things together.
Okay, so as for people working on this, we have officially NBC Universal as a champion, along with Movie Labs, which is great, and we're working on a couple other studios you've probably heard of, although some of them may have merged with others by the time IBC rolls around. I say that every few years, and it keeps coming back. I don't know why. And for the participants, we have current members of the 2030 Industry Forum. Come by the booth and we can tell you all about that and how to participate there. And we're very interested in people who aren't forum members and who are interested in interoperability and have their own products and services they want to use. Especially interested in people who use AI in interesting ways with structured data. We've seen some very good innovations there, but not a lot of product yet. So we'd like to see some products in that space for things like tagging and script analysis and so on.
Yeah, and Movie Labs will be providing a set of sample data, training on the ontology for media creation. Actually, we've seen ontology several times in here. That's very good to see on the screen. And training and also existing extensions to connect to. So that's there's already an ecosystem that is here. The goal is to expand it.
All right, okay. So this is what we want to see is a bunch of applications working together, sharing data, making the creative process better for the people doing the creative stuff. Make the reshoot easier rather than taking a week. Make deciding which shot you want to use easier than it would have been otherwise. All that stuff that's currently, you have to be your own little IT person or have an IT department to help you out with it. And we want to really push on what happens with a knowledge graph. If you put all this information gathered from tens or dozens of little applications, what can you see out of it? What new things can you imagine and create and so on? So please come help.
Yeah, thank you.